Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
We are the podcast that brings sequel goodness to the galaxy.
Oh, galaxy.
Yeah, I kept it short. I'll probably save universe for another time. But yeah, galaxy for now. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to Friday. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Dave. I'm one of the hosts. That other voice you heard was Rich. He's the other host. And together we are Unequal Sequel.
Woo.
Unknown fact, we also named that because of our heights.
Yes, true. I mean, brilliant visual gag for a podcast, which is famously an audio medium. Yeah. I'm very tall. He's very short. Unequal. Yeah. No one's going to get that.
No. How are you, Rich?
I can tell you I don't have any money, but I do have a particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for podcast editors like you. Yeah.
Gonna go anymore?
No, I'm just laughing at myself now.
Oh, okay.
I could do the rest, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I have to start talking about my daughter next. I haven't got one, so
You could have changed it with son.
Could have done. But to be honest, you could keep him. I can have a break.
No thanks. I like my lions and stuff. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm okay.
Because last time we spoke, you were about to go on your busy week, and now you're...
Yeah, I've had a busy week, and you can probably tell from my blurry eyes that only you can see that I'm, tired.
It made me laugh earlier, guys, because I said, how was it? And he said, windy. And I instantly thought farting.
Yeah, no, actually, wind, like 30-mile-an-hour wind, was the bane of my life.
Huh.
If
that's as bad as it was, it doesn't sound horrific.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't bad. It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine. Just someone got a flying market stall, nearly hit them and stuff.
Oh.
So, yeah. It's fine.
Fine.
No problem.
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Shall we tell the lovely listeners what we're doing today and what kind of episode it is and why?
If you hadn't guessed from my wonderful, slightly modified speech, we are doing Taken 2. It's an anniversary special because it's 10 years. It's 10 years old. How is Taken 2 only 10 years old?
It looks
feels
and
like
feels
it should be
much
20.
older. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I can't believe it's only 10 years old. It's mad. Madness. But there we are.
It was released on the 4th of October in
2012.
2012, thank you.
Yeah.
Maths is not my strong point.
Just subtract 10, Dave.
It's really been a long day. And I watched these the other day. I actually watched Taken 1 and Taken 2. You went straight in with Taken 2.
I just watched 2, yeah. Yeah, I just went straight into 2.
And people are probably thinking, why are we doing this? And to be honest, why are we doing this, Rich?
I don't know. 10 years old, it's a sequel. I did ask my question whilst I was watching Taken 2. Why am I doing this? Although not as often as I have watching some other movies that we've had to watch for this podcast. So, it's fine.
Do you know why I suggested this? One, because it's a sequel and it's in October and, we had a bit of a gap this
and it's not
week.
A horror movie. We've got lots of horror movies to do, I suppose, haven't we? So
honestly, I was researching horror movies. I thought I'd be wicked to try and do like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, but it came out in America in October, and then for us we had to wait until like April in the UK. It was something mental. I was like, I can't use that now. And a lot of the films back then, that's how they're released. I mean, thank God for it. Now we got like either we're early or the same time, or like. The worst it is like a few weeks.
Yeah. No, it used to be months, didn't it? You used to have to wait like 6 months.
Thank God the internet wasn't around.
Friends that go on holiday to America and come back and be like, I was in the new Star Wars. And you'd be like, fuck off.
Is it good?
No, it wouldn't be, is it good?
No,
don't talk to me.
But then you'll ask if it's good and they'll be like, no,
it's not.
It's bitterly disappointing.
Anyway.
So 10 years, Rich.
10 years. And the first time I watched it was 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, never seen it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm about to say you're a big fan of the franchise then, but you...
I mean, the first one's all right.
I think the first one still bangs. I rewatched it. It's like 90 minutes. Liam Neeson looks like he can do the things in the film at that point. It was kind of fresh, the old man kicking ass kind of thing.
I'm still with Josh Weller on what teenage girl follows you two around Europe.
Yes, 100%.
That's a big plot hole for me.
Yeah. I watched this in the cinema, and I remember having a really good time first time round.
The second one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I remember watching it going, hey, that was all right. They used the music in Drive, and I thought that was great. And I really loved Taken 1 at that point. I was enjoying action films. But before we go into it, I want to hear your synopsis.
Oh, yeah. I should probably have done one, shouldn't I? It's basically Taken, but instead of the daughter getting kidnapped, it's the parents who get kidnapped, and the daughter has to go and save them. There you go. End of story.
That is the quickest synopsis you've ever done.
That is it, though, right?
Yeah, you forgot to mention maybe they're in Turkey, Istanbul.
Oh yeah, should have done that. I suppose.
And it's the people that are taking revenge and the people who are doing the taking.
Boris the Blade.
Blade
from Snatch.
Boris the bullet dodger. He dodges bullets.
Yeah, it was his son that Liam Neeson killed in the first one, wasn't it? And so he's out for revenge.
Even though his son
was
the worst
human trafficker. Not great.
I don't care what he done.
Yeah, well,
you should.
Yeah, you should. I mean, and it's not like Liam Neeson didn't give him a chance either.
No.
He did say, if you return her unarmed, you'll never hear from me again. If you don't, you're dead. He did say, I mean, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but that's what he said.
That bit in the first film is so good, though, when he does the speech.
He does
the first time Kim gets kidnapped, and you think, how he's going to get her? And he's like, and now you're going to be taken. And you're like, oh, fuck.
And that's well, I mean, it's a little thing in this movie, which is not as good as the first one, is that Maggie Grace, who plays Kim, is 30 years old in this movie. Playing what, 17?
Yes, she's only just learnt to drive. Could possibly be 16.
To drive. Yeah,
no, she's 17 in the first film.
She's 17 in the first film. Yeah. What, 18? I guess she's playing. 18.
Yeah, let's say 18.
At a push, 19. First boyfriend, learning to drive.
Giving up being a singer. Already.
Literally looks like. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't look great. She does look great, but she looks her age. She looks late 20s. She doesn't look like a teenager.
I've got a question, because you're a Lost fan. Maggie Grace is in Lost, right? So they're like the first.
Is she in Lost?
I thought she was the sister. There's a brother and sister.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? Oh, what's her name? It's like Shannon. Is it Shannon?
Something like that. I only watched the first two seasons, so I just remember her in that being quite young, as in playing a 17, 18-year-old, and then 10 years later. In 2012, this comes out.
Yeah, that was like 2004.
Yeah.
That was like early. I'd forgotten she was in Lost.
That surprised me.
Yeah, don't tarnish me with that brush. Anyway, I was a Lost fan until it ended, and it was fucking terrible. Like first couple of seasons, great. But yeah, anyway.
That must mean she dies at some point, if you don't really remember her.
I kind of do, but no, I don't. Anyway.
And this was a new thing for Liam Neeson at this point. At this point, he hadn't really kicked or punched anyone. And then from Taken, wow, that is another part of his career, isn't it?
He's like a full-on kind of cheesy action movie dude now, isn't he?
And a few of them are good, but a lot of them...
I mean, other than Taken, which ones are good?
Grey's really good.
Is it?
Grey's really good. The A-Team, I watched it again.
Oh, the A-Team's great. Yeah, that's true.
And still how that never got a sequel is beyond me.
Oh, that's a good shout for Dream sequel, that is. Hopefully someone will pick that one day.
Cut that. What else has he done? I'm trying to see what else he's been in. Oh, like Non-Stop. When he was on the plane, he was the same character on the plane. I enjoyed Non-Stop.
I've never seen it.
A Walk Among the Tombstones. Run All Night.
All of these sound rubbish.
They are all rubbish.
They all sound like straight to DVD, £2.50.
The Commuter.
Bin. I think I've heard of The Commuter, but again, I'm pretty sure it's rubbish, right?
And then recently, he's Honest Thief, The Marksman, The Ice Road, Blacklight, Memory. And this is literally in the last year. It looks
Really?
like. Yeah.
Oh, he is getting his pension sorted, isn't he?
I thought there's a point where he's like, okay, when I'm past a certain age, I'm not going to kick anyone. And I think he's just trying to squeeze in as many.
How old is he? How old is Liam Neeson?
He was
He was
born
in
in
1952. So
Use your maths.
he's 70.
So how old when he started kicking people in Taken in 2008? I'm going to say.
Yeah, he was in his late 50s. I mean, he wasn't young, and so he was 60 in this movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He does look a bit old in this one, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, he does, doesn't he? He kind of, yeah.
So you're not a fan? You're not a fan?
I've Taken 2. No, not really.
Taken 2?
No.
What doesn't work for it?
Tekken 2, I'm a big fan of. Taken 2, not so much. Yeah, I mean, like you say, the first one I enjoyed. You know, it was fun. It was a 90-minute kind of throwaway. It was something surprising that you hadn't seen Liam Neeson do that kind of role, and yeah, it was fun. It was, you know, that kind of thing. This was just basically a rehash of the first one. That's just not as good. There's a lot missing.
The bit when they get taken. Me and your mother are going to be taken. It's probably one of the worst lines I've heard in a while, and the way he delivers it as well is shockingly horrific.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
Yeah, and this is like, it kind of came on the heels from the Transporter films. You know, the Europe Corp was the production company, which is Luc Besson's production company, which now has gone, I believe it's no longer.
Well,
because,
you'd hope, wouldn't you?
Well, even before that, Valerian and the Planet of 1,000 Sauces, or whatever it was called.
The Planet of 1,000 Sauces. We got ketchup. We got mayonnaise. We got barbecue.
Well, I think that bankrupted the company because they went all in on a property that had it had a big following, but the film didn't pay off. And do you know what? Secret, I quite enjoy it.
Do you?
Yeah,
okay.
It's absolutely bonkers in every single way. Right, and then I sit and then I was like, oh, I quite enjoyed that, even though it's pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
The casting is horrific. I know we're going off point now, but the casting in Valerian is.
Should we pull this back round to Taken 2?
Go on then. What's good about it?
Oh, well, okay, you've got me now. What's good about it?
Well, we're meant to be celebrating it, Rich. It's 10 years anniversary.
Are we? Oh, okay. I didn't realise we were supposed to be celebrating it. I only watched it 2 days ago. I was going to say it's a 12A. Like, I don't think that's a good thing, but I mean, kids could watch it, I suppose. But like, yeah, was the last one like an 18? I'm pretty sure the last one was an 18, wasn't it?
What, Taken 3? The one when
Taken. Like the original.
Oh, the
Taken.
first one.
Yeah.
I will check.
Sorry. I mean, yeah, I meant the first one. I said the last one, didn't I?
You did say the last one.
The last one that happened before this one. Anyway, but yeah.
Have you seen Taken 3?
I haven't seen Taken 3, no. I haven't seen Taken 2. I'm not going to watch Taken 3, am I?
Okay, Taken is an 18.
Taken's an 18. This is a 12A, and it shows.
You can see what they were trying to do, though. They were trying to just get a bigger audience and make more money, right?
Yeah, I get that, but it's not as good, is it? Like, I don't know. Nobody gets kind of... They electrocute someone to death in the first one.
That is dark.
There's none of it. None of that. Like
the whole storyline in the first one's really dark.
It's really dark. This is like a
selling young girls to rich sheiks of, you know, certain countries and stuff.
Yeah.
And, they'll put them on heroin and they're dying. And it's pretty grotty stuff. And then you get to this one, you are right. Yeah, and it's all about revenge. And there's no standout points like the electrocution pit.
No.
I mean, I quite like the bit where, I can't remember, Kim is trying to locate the father and she's putting grenades places and hearing the bangs and he's doing the counting down. Yeah, I thought that bit was very clever.
It's clever. It's clever.
He's counting down in his head and he's remembering the route by just certain noises and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, that turns out to be a little bit pointless.
Yeah, but he's perfectly watchable. Like, I think Liam Neeson does a perfectly good job. Like, it's fine. Like,
Taken 3 is also a 12A.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, he was Oscar Schindler, for God's sake. What's he doing this shit for?
It is a bit bizarre, isn't it?
It's weird. It's weird.
I'm on IMDb trying to find a positive review.
Okay.
And so far, not good. Let me just read some of the headlines. Are uninspired and less exciting than the first. Taken 2 is barely passable sequel.
Mm-hmm. Not wrong.
Complete and utter failure.
Again, not wrong.
Could have been better.
True.
Someone trying
also
to be clever.
True.
Unfortunately taken. Taken 2, don't go.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's the big set piece in it? The car chase, maybe?
Oh, when they just leave a character behind and you think, oh, that's disappointing.
Well, no, the car chase is where she does the train thing. It's like the train race.
Oh, the train race.
Yeah, they just do that in every bloody car chase, like in every other action movie since time started.
There's nothing there, is it? And the editing, we've got to talk about the editing.
The editing's shocking.
I know you have to cut round a man who, because I don't think Liam Neeson is a fighter in real life.
No.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how much of a fighting training he's had.
I mean, he's 6'4". He's pretty big.
He's very tall.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't argue that fact.
He's got good reach, but yeah, I can't see him kicking anyone.
You look at Statham and you think, okay, I can see that he's got some whip about him, but
he looks like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, and they cut it so you can clearly tell it's not always Liam Neeson.
It's definitely not him, yeah.
And it's really jumping. You can't really see what's going on a lot of it. And like,
yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that being a problem back in 2012 when I first saw it.
No. Well, I don't know because I didn't see it until 2012, but I can imagine we kind of let stuff go a little bit more, maybe.
It's chop, 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 chop.
I did watch it going, it's a bit like Baywatch, this. Like
Okay,
we used to watch we used to have to watch Baywatch a lot, and we always laughed at the poor editing and the and the
bad scripts,
the bad scripts, and the stuntmen in funny wigs who didn't look like the people they were being stuntmen for, which is in this as well. Yeah, it's a Baywatch of a movie.
Oh, that means it's awful.
It is awful. It's awful.
I'm still not coming around to the acceptance that it is awful, because I remember really enjoying it, and there must have been a big audience. It must have made money, right? Because there's no way.
Do you think it made money?
There's a Taken
There's a
3
third one, I suppose. Yeah, but
they
it's
closed
Luc
out the
Besson.
trilogy.
He'd do anything, wouldn't he? Like
they made these for like nothing. Okay, it had a $45 million budget. Okay,
that's not nothing. Like they made Saw on £1 million. Like it's not.
But
like...
it grossed worldwide just under $400 million.
Whoa. Okay, made a lot of money. I'd be interested to see what the third one made though, because I reckon this one made a lot of money off the back of the first one being good. So I imagine the third one probably made piss all money because this one was bad.
Okay, the third one is a 48 estimated, by the way, on IMDb, so we know this is not $48 million budget.
Yeah,
and gross worldwide is 327.
Fuck, that's a lot of money.
So it's still not awful.
Wow. Okay, so this didn't put people off then. Wow.
I think there's a combination there. Like people quite enjoyed seeing Liam Neeson kick people. When he's talking to people, he's very frightening.
Oh yeah, he's great at talking.
His presence
he's a great
is
actor.
good.
He's a great actor. He's just not an action movie star, is he? Like, it's very hard to be both. Like, be a brilliant actor and a brilliant.
But he
action
is great
star.
in he is great in the A-Team being Hannibal. I think that's a really good.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do the action in it's Hannibal. He's just the boss who tells the
you're
other guys
right,
what to do, isn't he?
Have you seen The Grey when he fights wolves?
I haven't. No.
I think you should check that out. He fights wolves. There's a plane crash.
Okay.
And that him and some other people end up in...
I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying he doesn't do it in this movie.
I don't think he's helped by the editing in this
I don't
movie.
know what we can do to celebrate, Dave. I'm sorry. When I agreed to this, I hadn't seen it.
Well, I like to celebrate sequels, and I think that this and Taken opened up a can of worms of old people punching things.
Yeah, Expendables. Did that come after this? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely did. I think the whole Europe Corp thing, I think you'd find Mel Gibson punching people at some point. It was before or it was after. It was after Bad Company when an aging Anthony Hopkins.
What about Red?
Oh, Red might have been after
Red's
this.
good. I like Red.
Red bad. Red 2, not good.
No, not so good. No. But the first one's good.
I wish I could find a way. If I just click Luc Besson, I think he just produced, and it's directed by someone called Oliver Megatron, and I know he's done a few films now.
I know, right? Megatron.
I knew you'd love that.
Is it actually Megatron? Or is it Megatron
I
or
don't
something?
know. It's probably Megatron.
But Megatron's better. I mean, okay. I can't. I've got nothing. I was trying to think of something good for a second then, and I've got nothing. It's just the story of an exceptionally overprotective father, basically.
Yeah. Do you agree with his methods?
No. How has the guy not got a stomach ulcer? He worries about everything. He's so paranoid.
After the first one, you'd be like, okay, it's right to be worried.
I get it. I understand why, but Jesus Christ. Like, how does his daughter still even like him? Like, he's so overprotective. It's ridiculous. He
tracks her. He's got a tracking device in the
mobile
phone.
Got GPS in her phone to track her. And that's before, like, Find My Phone and stuff. Like, yeah, it's verging on creepy, isn't it, really?
Do you know what I found a bit creepy? How the wife now is suddenly all over him.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Like,
I know that the wife is going through problems with the other husband.
I think already split up, I think.
But now she's like, oh, I've seen this man.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I do love you after all.
He saved our daughter. I wonder what he had to go through.
Again, I just like, yeah. Isn't there a line? There's a line about he's killed more people than you've had hot dinners or something, isn't there? Have I made that up?
In this film?
Or is that someone else? I can't remember. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Welcome to our 10th anniversary edition of Talking About Taken 2.
Welcome to me being very tired and having a minor breakdown.
I'm not going to leave until we've said something positive. I mean,
it's going to be all night, Dave. This podcast's going to be 14 hours long. Like, I've got nothing.
I've got one. It's quite short.
It is quite. There you go. There you go. It's mercifully short.
That's definitely a perk of when I was checking out the times of these films. I was like, oh, that's 92 minutes. That's 94 minutes. The third one is a bit longer. It's just under 2 hours. So I was put off by that.
Okay. Here's something. It's not offensive. Like I didn't come.
Well, you say it's not offensive, but how do you think the Albanians are represented in this film?
It's offensive if you're Albanian or Turkish or anything other than American, essentially.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it in that way. I mean, it's pretty offensive. What I meant was it's kind of forgettable. Like, I'm not come away from it and going, that's the shittest movie I've ever seen. Whereas I did watch another movie this weekend that I can't talk about right now because it's for another episode, and I came away and thought that might be the shittest movie I've ever seen. So,
can't wait to talk about that.
So compared to that one, compared to Sex and the City 2, this is all right.
Compared to the first one, how much of a dip is there?
Well, we've got to talk about that, haven't we? That's our big question at the end.
Oh yeah,
Unequal sequel. You know, it's only the name of the show.
Oh yeah, good. And you haven't seen Taken 3?
I haven't seen Taken 3.
Where I
won't be seeing Taken 3.
No one gets taken. So, I would love to.
What's the point? What's the point? Apart from making a buttload of money, I suppose.
Yeah. You've got to ask what's the point of this film, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
it was such. Taken was such a good. Oh, it's the money. It's always the fucking money. It's such a good
business, Dave. Show business.
Yeah, singular film, wasn't it? It was a bottle and like caught in a bottle like moment.
Yeah,
like, oh my god, look at Liam Neeson. He's doing something really cool, actiony. You know, it's not set in America. He's kicking some French butt around
Oscar
that.
Schindler's kicking ass, basically.
Yeah, and it's got some cool action sequences, car chases, music's pretty cool. The action sequences are pretty good in that one. You know, when he's electrocuting someone, when he stabs things in their legs is vicious.
It is.
And then 4 years later we get this. So I don't know if that's meant to be in real time. So Kim would actually be.
No, it's not 4 years later in real time.
It's not. They've completely ignored real. Okay.
You don't take your driving test in America when you're like. They take their driving test when they're like 12 in America.
I think so. It's 16,
like,
I think.
Can you drive forwards? Can you drive backwards? Here you go. Here's your license.
I'm sure it's not that easy. They got some really big freeways. I think is that what they call them? Freeways.
I don't think it's that hard though. Not compared to over here. Anyway.
But, yeah. Shall we ask the question then? Is that what? Yeah.
I've just read a really interesting fact where you were saying that.
Oh, go on then.
Apparently,
drop me some.
Liam Neeson fully expected Taken 2 to be a straight-to-DVD job.
Wow.
So that goes to show how much faith he had in this movie.
I bet he got paid a bucket load of that. 45 million.
He did, yeah.
I bet if he had any brains, he would say, "I'd like a percentage."
Yeah, I'll take 20%, please.
Yeah,
because that's a lot of cash. But yeah, I mean,
nice holiday in Istanbul.
I mean, Istanbul looks nice. That's a positive. Yeah, I'd be like, I'd quite like to go to Istanbul. That looks nice.
You know, you learn about it. You learn. I think from these films, you're kind of thinking, what would I do in that situation? I think I would definitely try and remember sounds and noises. And
do you know what I'd
count
do
backwards.
in that situation? I'd use the little mobile phone that I've somehow got discreetly tucked up my arse and phone the fucking police. Not my daughter. Not my untrained, unskilled 17-year-old daughter.
You're right. Why even call
Surely.
his mate Sam, and go, Sam, I'm in trouble here.
Surely he must have buddies he can phone, like the bloke on the golf course.
He didn't know where he was.
He's got certain special skills, Dave. He could probably find out.
That phone's got a tracker.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet he's got GPS on it. You can put GPS on his daughter's phone. He's definitely got that on his little flip phone.
Yeah. Oh man. Unequal sequel. Let's go into it.
Of course, it's an unequal sequel because it's a lot worse than the first one.
Okay, how much worse?
A lot. I mean, okay. So if we're talking with our grading system of 7 stars out of 7 stars being perfect.
Perfect.
I would say
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. I would say Taken is probably a 5.5 to a 6-star movie.
It's strong. It's really fun.
It's really strong. And I would say this is a 1-star movie.
Wow, that is a drop.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to quite go that below, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I might be generous and give it 1.5.
It's weird because you'd think if it's a 4-year gap, so they didn't rush it. It's not like let's get this out tomorrow.
But they also didn't leave it for ages either.
Well, you couldn't because he would be 70.
Yeah, and it's still Luc Besson, isn't it? He's still involved.
He's still producing.
Still his production company and stuff. So you'd have thought it would have something to do with the first one, but
yeah,
no.
man, I agree with you. It's a sham, especially when you told me that the original was an 18, which now looking back at it, I can tell, and then this one is. It's like a Diet Coke version.
It is. It's so weak and watered down.
Do you think that sucks the fun out of it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It takes the action out of the action movie.
Mm.
It really does. And too many studios these days, too many filmmakers these days are trying to hit that kind of 12A mark. Whereas actually, I think if you want to really make a good action movie, you've got to forget that and go for at least a 15. Yeah. You know?
A 12A, what you're allowed? A bit of blood and a couple of fucks?
I don't think you're allowed any blood. I think you're allowed 1 fuck. that's
no
it.
nudity.
No nudity, no blood. Or very little blood anyway.
Or if it's blood, it has to not be...
You certainly can't electrocute someone.
Yeah, by stabbing things into these kneecaps, which pretty much what we did in the first one. Yeah, so you're a 1. So what am I?
I'm a 1, and I may be a 1.5 because Istanbul looks nice.
I'm a 2.5. I think I like the bit.
Whoa!
I like the bit when.
Whoa! 2.5.
Is that not good? That's bad, right?
That's generous, man. 2.5.
They used the music from Drive at one point. The ticking clock one. It's pretty cool. I like that bit.
Yeah, I ain't getting an extra star off of me for just using that bit of music. 2.5, Dave. That's.
I'm still holding on to that. I really enjoyed it in 2012. I remember seeing it in Stratford with my brother. I thought, oh, wicked, another Taken film. And now I've learnt it's not even an 18. So, yeah, maybe a 2.
2012, though, Dave. It wasn't that long ago.
No, and...
That's the other thing. You should watch this movie, and you think this happened in 1997. It doesn't feel like a 2012 movie.
And the gangsters are rubbish.
They are rubbish.
They've got nothing about them, and they just get
They're
wiped out.
basically like villagers with pitchforks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You took our jobs. In this case, you killed our children.
And by the end of this film, he's literally killed everyone, not just the chick.
Yeah.
He's wiped out a village of men.
He's basically wiped out a village.
There's just women in this village going, anyone know when the husbands and sons are going to be back?
I mean, to be fair to them, they were all murderers and rapists.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, not all Albanians, we should say.
I mean, yeah, well, obviously, but I mean, that's another thing the movie has to do, doesn't it? Has to make the bad guys not American. Like we just, that's like another thing that makes it feel quite 90s. Is the baddies are very non-American.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh well.
It's not a good movie. If you haven't seen it, don't. There you go. That's my recommendation.
I'm going to agree with Rich. If you're going to watch Taken, just watch Taken. Don't watch.
Taken.
Don't feel like you need it. Going, oh, there's another one, or there's another 2. I wonder what happens next. Just step away.
Just stop.
Because they're all on Disney now in the UK.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did see that.
Easy access.
Very easy access, and I could very easily go and watch Taken 3 right now. But you know what? I'm really not gonna.
I'm going to make sure someone picks it soon. Do you want to see us out?
Oh, I suppose I should, really. So if you've enjoyed this tribute to Taken 2... then we've got loads of other extra episodes for you to go back and listen to. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and we'll drop into your inbox at least once a week. And at the moment, twice a week, because we've got our brilliant interview episodes. Series 4 started this week with the wonderful Ethan Lawrence. It's a brilliant episode. Hit your subscribe button, hit your automatic download button, and we'll drop into your pod shop of choice every Monday and every Friday, all the way up until Christmas. Lovely. If while you're there, you like what you hear, click the little like button, click the little heart, the little tick, whatever it is you have in your pod player, and also give us a little review. If you're on Apple or if you're on Spotify, just give us a little review. It really perks us up, lifts our spirits.
It does.
If you really like Taken 2, and it made a lot of money, so there's probably people out there that liked it, then come and tell us. Tell us you liked it. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us what the good bits are. Maybe there are some that we forgot. Yeah,
please
contact us on social media. We are at Unequal Sequel on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can also email us, unequalsequel@hotmail.com. We have a website, unequalsequel.com. And yeah, that's all of it. That's everything.
So just seeing you in action, it takes me back to those early days when you used to forget everything, and I think, where's that man gone?
Ya. Special skills.
Yeah, special skills. I've got no how to say, but thank you for listening. Send your thoughts our way. Carry on listening to season 4.
4! I can't believe we've done 4.
Next episode is fucking great. So it is I'm going to make like a tree.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, I'll leave. Yeah. And... it's a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See, my mate did that once. He said, make like a tree, and just told someone to fuck off afterwards, and that always made me laugh. Yes, goodbye, everyone. Have a bath, relax. See you next week.
I can't believe we're going to end the podcast on that.